Hey everybody, I wanted to do a quick update because I was watching Nuxar. I think that's how I say it, Nuxanor. And he's on YouTube. And he made a very good shout out to Nuxanor. He made a awesome content on this. But this is actually kind of funny. I want you to watch.
What? They're trying to SWAT? So why are you wearing a mask, guys? You cannot make this up! Oh my god! Why are you wearing a mask? We're just trying to ruin your life.
As their city aldermen show support for the protests.
Mind you, everybody around him has a mask on.
These are people are no law enforcement. These are masked individuals. These are Proud Boys.
You are literally surrounded.
He's an idiot. Those are legal ICE immigration officers. And you're an idiot, dude.
By masked individuals, what the fuck are you talking about? You are literally surrounded by masked individuals.
Show their faces. They're kidnapping people.
Sorry, my dog went... Sorry, puppy went nuts. I don't know why. He's barking at the wind today.
Can't be anybody. Oh my god, these people are pathetic.
Here in Chicago, we are safe.
Here, show your papers. Enough yapping, show us the papers. Stop with the yapping.
Yeah, are you legal, sir?
To the fascist dictator who's kidnapping.
The fascist dictator.
The fascist dictator who's kidnapping kids. Really? No. I didn't hear anybody saying anything when Biden misplaced, I don't know, 300,000 children? Didn't hear a word out of that. Nobody said anything. But y'all are bitching about this. Listen, nobody's kidnapping anybody. They are being detained and arrested and deported because they broke the law and they came into this country. And some of them broke the law, came into this country, and then committed heinous acts against its citizens, some of which are children. So that's disgusting, and they need to go.
He just compared federal agents to the Proud Boys, but honestly, that wasn't even the worst analogy.
Bro, they're throwing tear gas at ICE people, and they're wearing masks, and it's like, I can't believe you're wearing a mask!
As over in Boston, they were arresting some pretty terrible individuals.
ICE then arrested this Salvadoran illegal alien, who was previously convicted of child.
I can't believe the fascist is arresting the pedophiles. This is crazy.
He was deported in 2017 after he went to prison and illegally re-entered the U.S. He was found living right next to this children's playground.
Girl.
Oh, but he's a real good guy to fight for. He's a real gem. I mean, think about that. Come on. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, but what in Boston's...
And every time you mention this, it's like anecdotal.
And this dingbat,
First of all, it's a lot
well,
more than what
how is she even mayor
You
still?
shouldn't be in the country. You shouldn't be in the country.
I'm just saying.
I hate the,
No disrespect intended,
you know,
but
only a
this
few
is the
men
lady
are
that
trans athletes for women in
she's...
sports. Don't you know that it's only a
She is
few
something
illegal
else.
immigrants that are committing crimes? It doesn't matter. One is too many.
Mayor
They're not legally
Wu
in the country.
compares
They're
ICE
in the line
agents'
to
use
get
of
in.
force to actions of
One is too
neo-Nazi
many.
group.
It's shocking.
She is the worst mayor ever to have held any office.
That routinely wears masks.
Oh my.
You're a dope because during COVID, everybody wore masks. And yes, there are law enforcement officers that do wear masks. They're called undercover agents. Duh.
Fucking God, they just arrested a pedophile in your community.
And she doesn't care about the fact that the guy was arrested, sent to prison, deported, immediately snuck back, and harmed children. You don't care about that guy. No. You worry about the masks the officers are wearing. Yeah, that's you're a great mayor.
These are the villains. They're so stupid. They're so audience captured. They're so enthralled by their bullshit levels of fucking
And I'm
fake empathy,
just happy that I'm
suicidal
not
empathy.
a constituent of hers.
That routinely wear.
Whenever I see shit like this, it makes me realize that the far left it's like an actual candidate.
And to be honest, any law office holder, in other words, like any Democratic leader, Republican leader, any mayor, any governor, anyone that's running for any political leader, when they start calling out and saying stuff like she's about to say and things like that, and it causes what is going on right now currently with these protests, they should be held accountable, just like the people should be held accountable. And they should all be charged with incitement of that.
It's like an actual cancer. It really is.
I have to be careful what I say because of YouTube's guidelines, obviously.
Are you comparing ICE, you said, to NSC 131, the neo-Nazi group? Are you comparing them
Holy shit.
to a neo-Nazi group?
What I said is that Boston police and no police department.
Because she's a chicken who doesn't want to actually, she's doing it in a semantical way so she can say, no, what I said was all police officers, no police officers that I know wear masks regularly. But I know there are groups that do, and those groups happen to be, like, we don't know what you're doing, like, we don't know what you're saying. Come on.
That I know of at the local level.
You're not that
routinely
clever.
wears masks.
Maybe it's because they're fucking
You're not
being
that clever.
harassed. What are you talking about? They're going after ICE agents' families. They're treating them like the Gestapo. They're treating them like Nazi police. Like, holy brain rot, Batman. It's shocking to see this happen. They're treating them like Nazis. They're treating them horribly because
They
the
should
media
be
is
arrested
terrified
and
of
charged.
these
All of
dogs,
them,
squatters,
basically.
rats,
Every
people that
Democratic
burn
leader who
houses.
acts like
It
this
is
should be arrested and
unreasonable
charged.
in every way that they should be putting their public information out there.
I love the Boston Celtics, but she's probably one of the most
Thank God I
evil
don't live in
individuals out
Boston.
there.
He's right.
She's the mayor that's
And none of my
segregated
family
Christmas
lives in
party.
Boston.
Such cases.
But when it was accidentally leaked out,
No
she
offense
didn't
to any
apologize
of you
for screwing the
Bostonians.
whites.
I know
She
it's not your fault
apologized
that
for
you have a mayor who's
accidentally
crazy.
sending out that email.
That's a joke.
Hey, bro.
Then still holding that party. The disgusting part being is she has white kids. So she doesn't mind perpetuating a world that would discriminate against her own family.
It's all about the message.
She
It's
must
all
not
about
love
the
her
virtue
kids.
signal, all about the grift, all about staying in power, towing the line, saying
I didn't
the
know
right
that.
thing, and not about justice. These people are evil.
All because it makes her a better Democrat. But now I'm getting sidetracked. The point being, we just saw Los Angeles, Chicago, Minneapolis, and Boston all put preference in protecting certain individuals over American citizens. But why exactly?
And again, these individuals are not nice individuals that they are arresting. You're not talking about moms and dads who work for the bank. You're talking about people who come into this country and commit heinous acts against our children. Heinous acts. They do what they want, they act how they want, and then they expect to be treated like kings and so forth. And that's not acceptable. We have laws for a reason, so our world does not erupt into chaos. And if this nonsense continues, that is exactly what's going to happen. This is going to lead to something that is worse. So y'all need to stop, seriously. And Donald Trump, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, send in the big boys. Send in the big ones. Send in the big boys with their big toys. And really show them who's really in charge. Because this nonsense right now, they're acting like they're in charge. And it's like the purge. So please do something about that before it spreads worse. Thank you. And to the people doing these protests, I have one final message for you. Do you honestly believe this is going to get you anywhere? Do you honestly think that this is going to get us on your side? Because it's not. The only thing it does is make us look at you like you're the bad ones. That everybody else was right and you were the evil crew spreading nonsense, basically. Because we don't listen to chaos. We don't listen to rhetoric that causes insaneness that's going on right now. We don't listen to the message the moment you start acting the way you were acting. So we don't care about your message any longer. At the end of the day, it will still be the same. Mass deportations will continue, and if you keep up your foolishness, the military will be involved. And I don't care how big or bad you are, or how many signs you carry, or how many bricks you got in that pallet of whatever that was on that one report. You cannot take on the United States of America's greatest military. You just can't. And we're not talking, these aren't ICE agents. Yes, ICE agents are trained just like they are, to a certain degree, I think. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that I know what the military is trained like. And I can tell you, go ahead, FAFO, because guess what? You will FAFO. But at the end of the day, you haven't changed a darn thing. Because the deportations are still going to happen. The border is still going to continue to be closed. Donald Trump is still going to be president, and the law still is the law. And your behavior is disgusting. You're not doing it because you want a cause. You're doing it because you want to put your face out there. You want your 5 minutes of fame, and you want to cause chaos and destruction because you got nothing better in your life to do. And that's kind of sad when you think about it. It really, truly is. I know I saw one lady that was protesting, and sadly, the police were using tear gas at this point, and she had her kid with her. Now, of course, people will blame the officers, the ICE agents and officers. No, this is solely on that mother for bringing her kid to an event like that. Why would you do that? If anything, you should be charged with endangering the welfare of a minor. Because I could tell you right now that if my kid ever called me up, said, hey, Mom, I'm going to this protest, I'm going to bring Haven, I'd say, no, you're not. No, you're not. And she would listen. Because she would know better. What kind of parent has it in their head that this event is so important to you that you put your child at harm's way, in harm's way, or potential harm's way? Anyway, if you guys check out any of the news clips, I'm pretty sure you won't be able to I'm pretty sure you'll see it. It was in one of the clips that was playing at one point. But yeah, it's disgusting. It's absolutely horrifying. And of course, I don't see any. I see no American flags. All I see are Palestinian flags and other flags. I don't know what country they're from. But the Palestinian flag I know simply because I've seen it all over the place. And that's another issue. You're in America. The only flag that excuse me, sorry. I am still fighting this cold. This weather has been crazy here in New York, man. It's been crazy. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you what flag should be flown. And the only flag that should be flown, except for the pride flag, of course. But that's different. But, or a POW flag. Right there. Get off my phone. Right there. The American flag. Stars and stripes. Made in the USA. Right there. You will never see any other flag other than the American flag. I mean, for another country. You wanted to come to America so desperately that you broke the laws to come and do that, right? Is that a fair assessment? Yes? Because it's, regardless if you guys like to admit it or not, crossing a border illegally is indeed against the federal law. Now, so you wanted to come to the United States so badly that you broke the law to do so. I don't know. I mean, seems pretty cut and dry to me. I don't understand where the concept is so hard for people to understand. I truly don't. You wanted to come to this country so desperately that you broke the law to do so. You snuck here because if you're here and you don't have documentation, then you're not here legally. Correct? Correct. Good. Now, so you did that, and yet we had protesters in New York who were protesting. Get this. New York City was giving these folks 3 square meals a day. There's some children in New York that don't even get 3 square meals a day. Okay? But they were getting 3 square meals a day. They were throwing most of it out, apparently. Then they started to protest that they could not get or receive their homeland's food or their ethnic food. Okay, wait a minute. So you came here and you're pitching a fit about the food and you don't like the free food we are giving you, so now we have to spend more money. And this is what they did too. They didn't just say they were going to do. No, they actually spent the money. And they were getting, I don't know how much, but they were getting quite a bit in food stamps. And then they were getting cash assistance. They were getting a debit card with money in it, a certain amount per week, so they could buy their own food. No other New Yorker was getting that, but these illegal immigrants were indeed. People found out, they got annoyed. This started the whole thing. Did a protest stop it? No. We knew that if we protested that crap, that wouldn't stop anything. So what's the point? But what I don't understand is how you're going to come here so desperately that you are willing to break the laws to do so and take a chance that you could put your family and yourself at risk. But then fly your flag from the country that you escaped from. How does that make sense? Logically, how does that make sense? It doesn't to me. I'm just saying. Because I can tell you right now that if I wanted, let's say I wanted to go to Italy so desperately, but I don't have a passport, I don't have documentation, so I just go. 2 things will happen. First of all, I'll have a hell of a time speaking to anyone because I don't know Italian. And secondly, they would throw me out of the country quicker than I got there. We have been made to bend to the will. There are jobs, here's a real kicker. There was an office position. My kid's looking for an internship for the career of his choice. So there's an office job that he was going to go to as an internship. He applied with another student. Get this. He got turned down because he doesn't know how to speak Spanish. He lost an opportunity simply because he doesn't know Spanish. And they were like, oh, you have to be bilingual in order to communicate with our clientele and with us. What? Last I checked, I'm in America. That's the point. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I don't mean it meanly. But isn't English the primary language here? Isn't the American flag the primary flag flown here? It's our symbol. The symbol of our freedom. The symbol of our land. And yet, for some reason, they keep flying Palestinian flags and getting away with it. They keep flying every other flag. If you miss your flags so much and your food so much, why don't you go back willingly? Otherwise, if you became an American citizen, then you become an American citizen. That means you only fly the flags of our nation. You are willing to take the oath to become a citizen, and then you fly the flag of the United States citizens. You speak the language of the United States citizens, and I'm not saying it has to be perfect or anything like that. My husband's grandmother came over from Italy. They had to learn the language, and that woman spoke very broken English. But you understood her, and she learned enough, as an adult woman, learned enough to get by, and worked on it, and worked on it, and worked on it. And they were American citizens. They took the test, they raised their right hand, they took the oath, the whole 9 yards. Right when they got married, they came over. I don't know when that was. I don't know, World War I, World War II, I don't know. Anyway, point is, timeline doesn't matter. But the point, what does matter is the fact that when this happens, and that was the way it was supposed to always go. People were supposed to come into the country the legal way, even if they came over on a work visa or whatever, and then they brought their family, and then they stayed, and then they got citizenship. Is it easy? No path to citizenship, I'm sure is. But is it something you should do regardless? Yes. Like there was a family, and I feel compassion for this family. The husband got arrested and charged and has, I think, since been released or whatever. But he was not legal in this country, had no documentation, so he got detained by ICE. I think right now, I haven't checked on the case in a while. I haven't heard anything in a while, in a couple days about it. But 2 weeks after this happens, now he was speeding, so he got pulled over. That's how they discovered that he had no documents. 2 weeks later, knowing this happened to her father, knowing she does not have a driver's license, a young woman goes out to run it. Her mother even warned her not to do so. Said, not a good idea. If you get in trouble, you know what's going on right now. It's not a good idea. This is not important. She didn't listen because a young person, they never do. Trust me, I have 2 girls. 2 girls never listen. Goes in one ear, out the other. They always think they know better. And then you can't, of course, say I told you so when you were right. Anyway, trust me, go through it a lot. Anyway, the point is that once she got pulled over. They realized that she had no documents. She then gets arrested. The cop even asked her, where were you going? That was so important because she didn't have a license. Where were you going that it couldn't wait for somebody who had an actual license to drive you, knowing what was going on, knowing if you got pulled over. And it's not like she was driving safe or flying under the radar. No, 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 no. She was making an illegal turn. So she got pulled over and she got arrested and detained by ICE and da-da-da-da-da. But here's the kicker. She said she missed the cutoff for DACA or something. I don't know if it's DACA. Is that what that's called? Where the Dreamers Act or whatever it was. Anyway, point is I believe Trump took that away anyway. I don't know. But the point is that regardless, there are other ways to a path of citizenship. And I don't want to hear there are none. Because it wasn't it about taking a test? That's all you had to do was take a test and raise a hand. I mean, they offer classes or something. You just got to figure out where these classes are and go to them. And I think it's called the citizenship class or something. I don't know. But I'm sure they have something. All you have to do is look into it. But they were here for 20 plus years. Now, in a case like this, I think the family should be granted citizenship because they've been here all this time, and other than a minor traffic infraction, they really haven't done anything, committed any crimes. So they've been upstanding members of society, basically. So, since other than when they came into this country illegally. So other than that, that's the only thing they've done other than a minor traffic thing, okay? So I think they should, in that case, be granted citizenship. But you guys aren't fighting for that girl or her father. Oh, no. You're fighting for people like Abuela Garcia. I'm sorry if I said his name wrong. And others like him. You're fighting for the people that just got picked up over the weekend. You know, the 11 child predators. And the 8 cold-blooded... You know what I'm trying to say. And whatever other criminal act that people have committed. Those are the people you're fighting for. Not this college kid who just graduated college, had her whole life ahead of her, and now has to go back to a country she has no idea about. Grant them citizenship. Fight for her. Fight for her father. Don't fight for a criminal idiot who harmed... How is this even not in your heads already? How do you not think about this? I mean, really? You don't think about that? I mean, I would. I'd be like, yo, why are we fighting for this guy? Wasn't he charged with this, and this? Well, yeah. Well, what about her? She wasn't charged with anything. She's a college kid, about to graduated with good grades, graduated college, is going to have a career. Make her a citizen and get rid of the criminal citizens. And I don't care if they're getting separated from their families. I'm sorry. Yes, I have compassion, and I'm sorry it happened, but maybe they should have done something about it. That's the point. Now, I'm going to say this, and I don't mean any disrespect to anybody. Like I said, Donald Trump, yes, you need to bring in the big boys because this nonsense needs to be put to an end. And to all the people waving those Palestinian flags, knock it off, huh? Knock it off. We don't want... This isn't Gaza. Stop flying a Palestinian flag. I don't give a crap, and I don't mean it this way. I don't mean it in a bad way, but I really don't care to see you flying your flag. I want to see my flag flown. I want to see the American red, white, and blue flag flown, not your Palestinian flag, okay? That's all I'm saying. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I just mean it that you're an America flag, fly the right flag. That's all. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. That's enough griping for now and enough griping for today. I hope Donald Trump sends out the big boys and sends out the military so they can take care of business. Because, yes, they will definitely take care of business. And guess what? They're not going to care if you mess with them. You do to them what you were doing to the ICE agents. And you might find out the hard way what a surprise really is. Because the military, they don't play by the same rules. Just so you know. Hey, no barking. The puppies needed to go out. So anyway, I hope everybody has a blessed day. Zippy, stop. You're going to give yourself... Come here. Come here. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I had to do the scoop. Now I can't talk because I don't want to talk about this with her around because that little cough she's making. She's got a collapsed trachea and she's got an enlarged heart. She's an old girl with some issues, but we take medicine and we take care of it. And I don't stay out too long because it's too muggy. All right, come on. Come on. All right, guys, it's time to go in. Hold on, guys. I got to switch hands. Sorry. Whoa. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Had to try to switch hands and my phone went wacky. Come on, upstairs. Come on. Truffles, come. All right, Zippy, you're going to have to go. Come on, walk. Truffles, let's go. Oh, this dog. He doesn't want to listen. And he's a service dog, which is amazing to me. Now, why are you blocking your sister? That's not very nice. Get over here. Give me this lead. Go lay down. That was naughty. That was naughty. Yes, it was. That was naughty. Don't give me that look. Go lay with your toys. Yeah, that was fun. That's an always an adventure. Anyway, somebody else wants to come say hi, apparently. Truffles. Say hi. Ah! Why are you knocking my phone out of my hand, my dude? Like, stop. You are being crazy today. No. Get in. Unbelievable. Anyway. All right, guys. I'm going to let y'all go for now. That's enough griping for now, like I said. Besides, I got to get back to making my dog leashes. See? Doggy leash. Part of my projects I'm making. And I got to check my gems. See? Still working on them. I had a batch going last night, but they didn't turn out too well. So, yeah, they had bubbles and it just didn't work out. The mixture didn't mix well or something, I don't know. But that's okay. I got it going right today now. Mixed well, everything's good. Somebody is pushing into the conversation. What do you want? He is such a silly boy. He really is. You know that? You're a silly boy. Truffles. Don't lick me. Anyway. Alright, guys. I'm going to let you go. Like I said, don't forget, like and subscribe for more fun. And I will catch you guys on the flip. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. So does Truffles, right? Right, Truffles? Right? It's his favorite activity. Chewing my hand. Snoop. No. No, paw. No, not that. Snoop. Good boy. Sit. You want to see something cute? Watch. Let me get you in view. Sit. He is so stubborn. He's got that pomitude. Sit. Truffle, stop. Sit. Thank you. Stand. Over here. Sit. Lay down. Bang. Good boy. See? Did you guys get to see it? Let me play it again. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Bang. My kid taught him that. I don't know why. I don't know why she just didn't teach him roll over, but it's all good. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you on the flip. Don't forget, like and subscribe for more fun. And I will catch you guys later. Peace be with you, love. Yep. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. Peace.